welcome to the Cinch SPFL Scottish Football Roundup, bringing you all the action from a busy weekend in the Cinch Championship, League 1 and League 2. Coming up, the Honest Men run riot at Hampden Park. Kane Hester seals a big home win for Montrose. And Clyde pick up their first win of the campaign. The weekend kicked off at the National Stadium on Friday evening as Queen's Park welcomed Ayr United to Glasgow. The away side threatened from a corner kick on 6 minutes. Logan Chalmers' curling corner kick evaded everyone in the area and nestled in the corner of Callum McKenna's net for an unusual opening goal. Ayr kept up the early pressure on 12 minutes through strong running from Jamie Murphy. He picked out Chalmers in the area, who swept home to double his and his side's tally. Both wingers combining to great effect. Despite a slow start, the hosts were able to show their qualities on the Hampden turf. Great build-up play here, with Rory Payton poking home his 4th goal of the league campaign. Patient, purposeful play from the Spiders, ending with a great finish. Though just beyond the half-hour mark, Ayr were at it again. More great work from Murphy, this time supplying Akeem Rose, who added a fine finish. Ayr coming to life under the Hampden floodlights. And before the break, Ayr would add a 4th goal. Rose and Murphy linking up once again. This time though, the twice capped Scotland international popping the ball beyond McKenna for 4-1. An incredible first half blitz from the away side. Into the second period and Queens went about mounting a comeback. Barry Hepburn working himself an angle before firing one into the top corner from outside the box. Supreme technique on display from the on-loan Bayern Munich youngster. With the deficit now pegged back to 2 goals, it seemed as though the comeback may have been on for Queens. But those hopes were dashed when Anton Dowds stroked home Ayer's 5th just a minute later. Slack play from the hosts, punished by a rampant Ayr side. Queens kept on fighting for a way back, Hepburn with a terrific effort which rattled the woodwork. Though on another day, Ayr could have had a hatful more, Nick McAllister's curling strike going narrowly over. Young Albanian midfielder Roy Sela looks to be a real prospect. He almost picked out the top corner from range late on. And Fraser Bryden would be denied his first league goal of the season by great goalkeeping from McKenna. 5-2 the final score. Arbroath travelled to Glasgow on a run of 4 straight wins in all competitions. They started on the front foot at Firhill and took the lead in the 12th minute through Jermaine Hilton. Mikey McKenna's pinpoint cross finding Hilton, who did the rest. Not settling for a single goal, Arbroath pushed for more. Tam O'Brien flashing one past the post. O'Brien isn't a player renowned for his scoring prowess, but he was rewarded for his attacking endeavour on 39 minutes, his volley deflecting beyond Jamie Snedden for 2-0. A first league goal for the defender since April. The second half saw Arbroath remain in control, Craig Slater testing Snedden's resolve with this curling effort. Thistle would begin to show signs of life in the attacking third, Aidan Fitzpatrick going mightily close. Since joining Arbroath in the summer, Hilton has become one of the division's best wingers. He went searching for his second of the game, denied though by an excellent block. With 7 goals already this season, Brian Graham is a man in good form, though he couldn't quite find the target with this header. Hilton's wing play was a threat all afternoon. He linked up with Jay Bird in the 80th minute before lashing home Arbroath's third goal at Firhill. Excellent composure and technique on display from Arbroath's man of the moment. Thistle kept plugging away late into the game, this effort from Graham veering well off target. Graham would continue to be the host's main goal threat, but couldn't find the net. A big win for Dick Campbell's red-hot Lichties side. The Pars were back on home soil after last weekend's impressive display at Hampden Park. They kept the momentum rolling, with Craig Whiten opening the scoring just 8 minutes in. A great delivery from Joe Chalmers and a cool finish from Whiten. Lewis McCann grabbed the headlines last week with a stunning free kick. He almost topped it with this strike which crashed agonisingly off the woodwork. Though it wouldn't be long before McCann was threatening again. A fine pass from Josh Edwards with the forward there to tap home at the back post. The attacker is in imperious form for Dunfermline. McCann would have the chance to double his tally soon after, picked out by a fine pass from Whiten, but the finish just missing the mark. Chances were largely hard to come by for Morton. Cameron Blues unable to convert this effort. Ben Summers continues to impress for Dunfermline. Jamie McDonald had to be sharp to deny the midfielder here. Morton pressed hard for a way back into the game. Efforts from Blues and Stephen Boyd both being closed out by the Pars rearguard. And moments later the home side had a big chance at the other end. McCann making his way into the area but pulling the shot just wide. Alex Jakubiak will likely bring goals to this Dunfermline side. He was denied his first in a Pars jersey by a smart McDonald save. Morton would bring themselves back into proceedings on 82 minutes. Robbie Muirhead cushioning one down for Robbie Crawford, who finished beyond Harrison Sharp for 2-1. A fine finish, setting up a nervy end to the match at East End. But any nervous energy among the home fans was allayed in the 89th minute. Michael O'Halloran being sent in behind and rolling one into the corner to wrap up the points. A brilliant victory for James McPake's side at East End. United travelled to the Highlands aiming to return to winning ways. Glenn Middleton went close to opening the scoring early on. Callie's first big chance fell to Charlie Gilmore, who couldn't keep his header down. Nathan Shaw has been one of Callie's key attacking threats this season. His deflected effort gave Jack Walton something to think about. United remained on top though, and went a whisker away from taking the lead when Archie Meekison hit the post. Callie made a fair few chances of their own though, Billy Mackay flashing one just wide here. This teasing ball from Scott McMahon was almost turned home by Middleton. Tony Watt is yet to find the net this season. He tested Mark Ridgers with this chance before Jordan Tilson was penalised with a yellow card for a lunging challenge on the far side. Kai Fotheringham was the next to ask questions of Ridgers, but the Cali keeper was once again wise to it. Things would become far more difficult for United in the 69th minute. Tilson dismissed for a second bookable offence after this challenge on Gilmore. Though down to 10 men, the away side kept fighting for a winning goal. A free kick in the 93rd minute being swung into the box before eventually landing at the feet of Chris Mockery, who squeezed it in past Ridgers for the latest of late winners. Pandemonium in the away end, and 3 massive points for Dundee United. Airdrie returned to home comforts after a difficult away day in Angus last weekend. Adam Frizzell the first diamond to work Kevin Dabrowski in the Wraith net. Both teams possess excellent attacking options. Sam Stanton forced a good save from Josh Ray at the other end. Adam Mason scored on his Rovers debut a fortnight ago. He could only find the gloves of Ray with this header. Josh Mullen is a player more than capable from set-piece situations, this free kick narrowly missing the mark. After going close early on, Stanton once again tried his luck with an audacious effort, the post preventing what would have been a goal of the season contender. The second half saw Wraith continue to create chances, Scott Brown curling this one just past the post. Jack Hamilton hasn't found the net in league action since August. He saw this effort excellently saved by Ray. Airdrie were next to go close when Murray Aiken forced a fine save from Dabrowski, with no one able to take advantage on the follow-up. The Diamonds have developed a signature style of play under Rhys McCabe. A free-flowing move led to the game's opener, with Callum Gallagher sweeping home in 73 minutes. Fabulous football from Airdrie, topped off by a great finish. Wraith would push for a leveller, but couldn't find a way to goal. 1-0 the final score in Lanarkshire. Here's how the Cinch Championship table looks after the weekend's fixtures. Dundee United climbed to the top after their dramatic win in Inverness. Heroics at Firhill sees Arbroath move up to 3rd place, while Ayr are up to 8th after a Hampden humdinger on Friday evening. Accies travelled to Palmerston knowing that a win would move them top of the table ahead of Falkirk's meeting with Kelty in the late kick-off. Ewan Henderson the first player to trouble the Queen's defence. Regan Tumulty is a player feeling right at home at Accies after re-signing in the summer. He asked questions of Harry Stone with this fizzing strike. Accies' pressure in the early going was relentless. Lee Kildare should have done better with this back post header. It seemed like a matter of when, not if, for Accies. Dylan Tate going close, with his header rattling the crossbar. Queens did end up getting a foothold in the game, Josh Todd trying one from range. But Accies would find a way through on 15 minutes, neat passing play off the left and into the area, with Henderson providing an excellent first-time finish to open the scoring. The forward has now scored in each of his last 3 league outings. Lee Connolly is a player who's always a threat in attacking areas. He was denied an equaliser by Ryan Fulton's crossbar. Harry Cochrane has started the season well for Queens. He tried his luck from distance in the 28th minute and picked out the top corner with sublime technique. Cochrane is one of the division's very best midfield talents. Though it wasn't long before Accies were on top once again. Kevin O'Hara should have done more with this chance. Accies continued to dominate into the second period. Henderson just missing the mark here. When your luck is out, things can be tough. Connolly again a threat for Queens, but denied by the woodwork for a second time. Joe McGlynn notched his first league goal in last weekend's dramatic win over Alloa, though he couldn't beat Stone after some nice interplay. But much like last week, Aki's fought right till the very end. A good ball from the left finding Jackson Longridge in the box, who turned it home in the 84th minute. Another big win for Aki's, who put huge pressure on Falkirk in the late kick-off. To say the start of the season for Edinburgh City has been tough would be an understatement. They thought they'd taken the lead early on against Cove, but referee Peter Stewart ruled that the ball hadn't crossed the line. Cove have also struggled for consistency in the new campaign, though they were handed a golden opportunity on 8 minutes when Aidan McAdams parried one into the path of Romain Burrell, who poked the ball home. League goal number 3 for the summer signing. But City would get a big chance at the other end in the 18th minute. Danny Handling there to meet an Innes Murray free kick and level the scores. Goals in back-to-back matches for one of City's key men. The second half saw the hosts push to nudge their noses in front, Handling again a threat, but unable to find the target. Burrell had a great chance to bag his second of the game. His shot blocked on the line by Lee Hamilton. Ryan Shanley has made a habit of producing in big moments for City. He wriggled free of a challenge in the 59th minute and curled one beyond Nick Suman to put the hosts a goal up. A big moment for the team from the capital city. The host had a huge chance to wrap up the points through Kieran Offord, but the forward's deft effort was lacking in substance. And City would be made to rue that miss in the 90th minute. Kyle Connell's cross into the area being headed home at the wrong end by Jack Wilkie. A moment of good fortune for Cove and a big moment in the match. Though there would be one last big chance for City, Shanley raced through on goal but saw his shot bounce back off the inside of the post. The spoils shared in the capital.
It's had their fourth chance they've had to do this so far in this game. It's another decent looking ball and Goss gets a toe to it, but it is easy for a guy.
I do remember us doing it. Obviously it was Jamie. Kevin O'Hara closing us down. We just wait for
an opportunity. Roberts clips it into the box. It's good from Lacent. It's still alive though. Salmon to Hetherington, and his effort fizzles past the post. And making amends for that poor touch a couple of moments ago. Here it is, and it's not quite going to fall for Dominic Docherty. And no foul given there either.
If you're gonna give one, you need to give the other. But
and Stephen is onside. The bounce doesn't quite fall favourably for him, but he's now got it. Driving into the box, Stephen lays it off to Salmon, and he tucks it home. And Connor Salmon gives Alloa the lead. O'Donnell loses out though to Gibson, but it's well won back by Alloa. And here's Taylor Stephen. Looks to finish. It's a good low save from Fleming. Roberts still got the ball, finds Stephen. He's going to go on that left foot. He might fancy another effort, and it's...
Oh, that's close.
Welby Gibson. He's hit it sweet, and that's an absolutely wonderful save from Agayi. Enter into the Alloa half now, Gibson. Sends that ball into the box. It's good, it's to Goss, and it's a good save from Agayi, and Aidan Smith bundles it home, and Annan get the equaliser. Agayi did all he could, but Smith is there to put away the rebound.
Montrose are a team in good form. They were aiming to win their third league match in a row on Saturday. Michael Gardine threatening from this free kick. It was a first half of few big chances for the Beanos, Greg Spence trying his luck from distance. Montrose's first 1v1 of the game came when Kane Hester raced through on goal, but the forward poked his shot over the top. Stirling's first half efforts came mainly from outside the area, Dale Hilson the next to have a crack at goal. Matthias Mikado brings plenty of skill and poise to this Montrose team. His deflected shot though, well watched by Blair Curry. Stirling were handed a big chance when Hilson pounced on a moment of indecision from Sean Dillon, but the Montrose defence recovered well to deny the Beanos. Curry has been excellent between the posts for Stirling this season. His heroics were required again to deny this goal-bound strike from Graham Webster. Miller Thompson has made himself a fan favourite already at Links Park. He won the ball back high up the park, jinked his way into the box and allowed Hester to smash home the game's opening goal. Goals in back-to-back games for Hester, this one sealing the points. After Aki's earlier win in Dumfries, 3 points were needed for Falkirk to keep pace with their Lanarkshire rivals. Liam Henderson gave them the perfect start in Fife, heading home in the second minute. Brad Spencer's pinpoint cross met by the towering presence of Henderson. Falkirk kept up the early pressure, Ross McKeever and Aidan Nesbitt combining, but Kyle Gourley equal to Nesbitt's shot. The early pressure was relentless from the away side. They were rewarded a big chance to double their lead when Michael Tidser was adjudged to have fouled Cal Morrison in the area. Penalty Falkirk. Having won the spot kick, Morrison stepped up to take it and wrong-footed Gourley for 2-0 in the 19th minute. Falkirk well on their way to 3 points on the road. Set pieces have been a strength of Falkirk's this season. A corner kick routine on 33 minutes saw Col Donaldson lash one goalwards, with Morrison there to put Gourley under pressure and help the ball over the line. Morrison's positioning and persistence rewarded with the game's third goal. Kelty would get a foothold back in the game before the break, a free kick being headed to the feet of Lewis O'Donnell, who lashed one beyond Sam Long to pull a goal back. An excellent strike, and Kelty right back in the game. Morrison proved to be a huge threat all game long. He did well to work the ball onto his left here, denied though by a top stop by Gourley. And Gourley would have to stay on his toes, McKeever the next to test the keeper from close range. Alfie Agyeman made the switch from Kelty to Falkirk in the summer. He came off the bench and made his mark. His shot parried to McKeever, who mopped up in 73 minutes. 7 goals in all competitions for Falkirk's main man up top. Morrison versus Gourley was a key battle all evening, the keeper coming out on top in this exchange. Falkirk kept on pushing for more and got their reward in the 80th minute. Gary Oliver teeing one up for Nesbitt, who picked out the bottom corner for number 5. Free-flowing Falkirk football and a top finish to boot. Substitute Jordan Allen had a chance to grab a 6th late on. His shot well saved by Gourley. A big win for Falkirk, who moved back to the top of the table. Now for a look at the Cinch League 1 table after matchday 7. Things remain tight at the top, with Falkirk leading Accies on goal difference after their big win in Fife. Montrose leapfrog Stirling into third after their win over the Beanos, while Edinburgh City remain 5 points adrift despite picking up their first point of the season.
Here's Murray. Back to Peggy. The let flies. Scored a good goal from Rangers a few weeks ago. Miguel takes that one in the chest. Murray's shot. Comes across, Aitken takes that one down well. Martin comes out to meet him with a good block. And that one got for a crowd of bodies. Plenty to aim for. It's a perfect header there from Eden Lynch. And Steady take the lead. You see Kerry Young got the referee's book there. A bullet header from the 22-year-old. Here's Yates, gets the shot off. And it's straight at Paddy Martin. Curry's delivery, it's really last chance still in here. Igaki's header, that one's wide of the mark. Last chance right at the death. Can Lee Curry salvage a point? It's trying to nick off the wall. And it's some good goalkeeping there from Darren Jamieson. It was on target, he spilled it. It was a nervy moment for the 32-year-old.
Cinch League 2's 9th and 10th place sides faced off in Hamilton on Saturday. The hosts started brightly, with Martin Rennie putting them a goal up in the 15th minute. The striker notching his second league goal of the season. Alex King joined Clyde on loan from Morton in September, with hopes of adding quality to the Bullywee midfield. He unleashed a thunderous strike on 20 minutes, which flew into the top corner. Not a bad way to introduce yourself on your home debut. Clyde maintained the upper hand early on, Rennie almost making it 3 with this header. Clyde kept on top going into the second period, the away side though successfully able to defend this corner kick. Chances had been few and far between for Elgin and Lanarkshire, but they were handed a lifeline in the 58th minute when Eric Sula turned the ball into his own net. The Clyde defender attempting to knock it behind, but instead finding the bottom corner. Ryan McClellan had the chance to level things for Elgin, but couldn't find the finish thanks to pressure from Clyde keeper Jack Layfield. But the golden chance Elgin were looking for would eventually present itself. The Black and Whites awarded a penalty kick for a trip on Russell Dingwall. Dingwall was then tasked with taking the spot kick, but blazed it over the top. A huge let-off for Clyde. Clyde pushed to add a third late on through Cian Leslie. His shot though blocked on the line by Rory McEwen. 3 big points for the Bullywee. The Fifers travelled to Edinburgh in search of back-to-back league wins on Saturday. Scott Shepherd almost put them a goal up early doors, but Blair Carswell was able to deny the forward. Spartans have scored a few cracking goals since their promotion to the SPFL. This effort from Rhys Armstrong on 20 minutes was up there with the best of them. A fantastic first touch, eclipsed only by the finish. East Fife had a great chance to level things up when Conor McManus went through, Carswell making a top save to keep the midfielder out. The away side kept on pushing in the second half, a last-ditch Kieran Watson tackle denying Ryan Schiavone a clean shot at goal. Having opened his league account last weekend, Blair Henderson is hungry for goals. He doubled Spartans' advantage in the 53rd minute with a close-range header. 6 goals in all competitions, Henderson is one to watch this season. Though the 2-goal advantage would last only 4 minutes, Jack Healy picked out Shepherd with a through ball who finished coolly to halve the deficit. The Fifers right back in the game with plenty time to play. Spartans were always a threat in attack and could have restored their 2-goal lead when Bradley White narrowly poked one wide of the goal. And the missed chance would not go unpunished. Nathan Austin finding space in the area on 73 minutes and caressing one into the far corner. Fash getting his first league goal for the Fifers since his summer return. The Fifers pressed for a late winner, but couldn't find a way through. A point apiece in Edinburgh.
Gets Callum Moore. Off a goal long again.
Keeper
McDonald
coming for it.
has to look lively, needs to get there, and does. He's taken out by Craig Ross,
It's a good effort.
and that's a goal.
It is.
And you have to say, chaos in the Stranraer defence. Ross and Ginge McDonald bungle into each other, and that was a sweet finish.
It was a good finish. Obviously, when the keeper is that far out, it kind of makes your mind up.
McIntosh,
Again, can we deliver another dangerous ball?
he does well to get past Allen and into the side netting. Heads inside. Tries to get into the box. I think Orr got a touch there. Fleming now
We deliver a good
gets
ball.
the cross in. Orr is there, and that was a header on target at
Yeah.
least. Header away. Fleming's going to be robbed by Patterson. Here is Skelly. He's going to get a shot away, and it's a goal. And that one,
Again, surrendering possession cheaply.
yeah, Dolan gets a header. Lang takes a shot, it's blocked, and that was a very decent save. Ben Armour got a drive in on McCallum.
He gets the touch to get away from one there, but straight
Pure
into the
ball
other.
by Dolan, and look at this. Here's Patterson.
Keeper's got a hand to it. Well done.
Rob the ball off the Forfar defender. Now that's a good ball out to
Certainly
Patterson.
is.
He's away. McIntosh forces him
Just puts it
wide.
wide.
Now, well done, Cammy Williamson. And here's Forfar having another shot. And
It's a good save
good
from the keeper.
save by Ginge McDonald. He was off his line. You know what? He watched that all the way and punched it away.
Elvin Ossie, back for his captain Dunnan. Declan Bunn. It breaks towards Greg Young at the left hand side. He takes a shot and it's just by the post. But David Wilson to deliver. Wilson's a good ball in. It's still to Dunnan. Michael Roof wins that header, and here's Declan Bunn. The ball across is headed on for Roof. Matty Shields arriving, and it's off the line. McAllister off a neat turn. Still Rory McAllister into the right foot. Conor O'Keefe for the shot, and it curves just by Brett Long's far post. First few minutes into this game, Mike, we know it just kind of the same as the first half. Both teams just still having a go, trying to make it work through. It looks like, oh yeah, here comes Conor O'Keefe now. Bearing down and goal, the shot, what a save by Brett Long. McAllister, McCarthy's ball through for Kieran Shanks, who is onside. Kieran Shanks with a chip, and it's well held by Brett Long. A real intelligent effort that for Kieran Shanks, but Brett Long stayed alert, and Dev Wilson has exited the field, and it comes from Malcolm towards Durnan. Waits for his Linus. Here's Tony Wallace, and it's off the line again by Ryan Strachan. Reid, McCarthy, he's got space on the right hand side to put a delivery in. It's well saved. Linus' throw brought down the chest by McCarthy. McCarthy fouled by Finlay Gray, and Finlay Gray finds himself in the book. McAllister. Aaron Reid. Richie, and it's just the roof of the net. Richie. Reid for Jack Brown. Reid to McAllister, and it's tapped in by Hamish Ritchie, and Peterhead open the scoring. Superb play by Peterhead, and that's a well worked goal. Shields for Gray. Gray and Finlay Gray is seeing red for 2 yellow cards.
Now to check in on the lie of the land in Cinch League 2. Steny moved top of the table after a narrow win in Bonnyrigg. Peterhead are hot on their tails thanks to late drama at the Rock, while Clyde remain 10th on goal difference despite their win over Elgin.